Welcome, everybody. Give it up for yourselves. This is a Wacky Wednesday here at LA School of Comedy, 10835 Santa Monica Boulevard. I like to tell people where they are in case they're, hard of memory, or we're in a soap opera and someone's an amnesiac. I really like to be all-inclusive. My name is Samantha Linderman. I'm your host tonight. I'm the comedy concierge. It's a pleasure to be here, honor and a pleasure. Please give a big round of applause for Billy Ramirez, everybody. Marketing, web design, social media. I can't. I'm sorry. I can't with the chanting. I love everybody, but it's the only open mic where you get that. It's not WrestleMania as much as people want it to be. It's not. I feel like the Elle Woods of comedy right now. I really do. With this pen. You don't know Elle Woods? This is an all-male room. And that's fine. Give it up for Aaron McIntyre, everybody. Producer, acting teacher, karaoke, confidential, master. Beautiful, beautiful. And of course we have Johnny B, everybody. Give it up for Johnny. Keeping us safe here in these crazy streets of Westwood. I'll start with some announcements that everybody is craving, both in the room and if you're sitting at home watching, covered in crumbs, good for you. We have an upcoming, very exciting double feature day where you can get started with the Right Club, led by Dustin Chafin. You may be familiar with him. He is currently touring with Nate Bargatze. You can see him with his Dry Bar comedy special, HBO, Comedy Central, Sirius XM. Look him up. You'll have a great time. The first featured guest is Lori Kilmartin. Okay. Staff writer on Conan, finalist on the 7th season of Last Comic Standing. And she's just the first of many featured guests we're going to have. It's going to be a 5-week course. Since you're at the open mic, we're going to get a special discount. So stay tuned for that. Give us a call. Go to our website for more information. And so that's going to be Sunday, May 4th, 1 to 3. And then 4 to 6, we are going to have a special edition of Aaron's acting class. Aaron's the head of the Film Actors Cafe. So you can all in one day, you can be rejuvenated in your entire performing era of your life. And Aaron's acting class is every Tuesday at 7 p.m. and it's currently going on. And you can come in and, what do you call it? You have such a good word for it. Come in. And audit. You can come in and audit, see if you like it, see if you want to come back. We're here for every kind of performer, any age. Really, what hasn't this stage seen? I don't know, but come. And then we'll be like, oh, you're the first that we've seen. Today, I work with children. Don't clap, I'm not a teacher. And it's interesting. I try to do improv with them. And so I had this bowl with locations and, character, you're an old lady or an actor or whatever. And then a feeling, because I'm always trying to get them to talk about their feelings. And I don't know, I let somebody else do, we were all working on it together. And one of the feelings was sick, which I guess could be considered a feeling. And for some reason, the feeling sick was picked 3 times. And it just turned into a lot of vomit sounds. And I wish I saw that coming. I believe it or not, I used to be a kid. And so I really wish I knew that it would turn into that. But they had a lot of fun. Something cute that happened today. This isn't funny, but I guess it's a brag. We asked the little ones, age 4 to 6. We were they do journals, and they said, write about somebody you think is funny. 4 of them said me. So I don't care what I do tonight. I don't care, because I'm killing with the future generation. That's what really matters, right? You're probably like, where's my shirt from? It's for people who can't see. It says Sassy Mamas. It's from Goodwill, but I like to think it's the merch of a wine-infused book club that's no longer with us. And it's just left over, and I get to carry on the legacy. Clap if you've ever been in a book club. Not me. Oh my God, Chris, really? Was there a theme? Was it murder? What was it?
It was murder mystery.
How did I know? We have never talked about this. Chris Wheeler is not a plant, everybody. This is a real man. This is a real British-American comedian. And we've never spoken about murder mystery, but I just knew it. It's either murder or romance, often both. And I find that really scary. But hey, that's real life. That's real life. I saw this man in a suit speaking to a homeless man. And I go, and he was attractive too, the guy in the suit. The homeless man could be attractive. I don't know. I didn't get a good look. But I was like, this guy in a suit is either a missionary, a serial killer, or a con man. And then I was like, those are all the same thing. So I was like, I don't know. I see like an attractive man being nice and I get so worried. I want to ask them, like, are you okay? Is this man bothering you? No, I mean, the man in the suit, is he bothering you? So that was about 5 minutes ago. I love when I compliment somebody on like their shirt and I'm like, oh my God, I love your shirt. And they say Target. I'm like, what a weird way to say thank you. You know? You think I love your shirt so much that I'm going to take an Uber to my local Target, go through the aisles of Wild Fable, and find it? They don't have my size. I'm going to ask her if they have it in the back. You think that's what I meant when I said I like your shirt? I really wanted to say, excuse me, you're in my way, but I felt bad, so I said I like your shirt, so you'd know I was there. You know, so I don't really like that. It really bothers me. Like, if I say, oh my God, where's your shirt from? Of course you're going to say whatever. But I like your shirt. And then it's like, you can find it at this link. Actually, if you use my promo code, you'll get 50. It's like, this isn't TikTok. This is real life. This is real life in life. So it's just another thing. I guess I'm doing observations today. I saw this kid who's sometimes in our program and sometimes not. And I said, hi. And he goes, not today. Hi, not today. And I go, do you mean that you're not coming to the after school program today? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, you really didn't have enough time to say a whole sentence. I thought that was so funny. I was like, let's make sure it's, instead of just do it, they just say, not today. Quote a second grader to my face. Because that was really fun. They told us we need to stop taking food from the cafeteria. That was a hard blow. I think it's going to be good for my health, though. I've been having 4 to 5 True Mood chocolate milks daily. And as a Jewish person, it's not good. You know, because every Jewish person has IBS. Sometimes I think it's BS, but I don't know. And then it's like, fart happens. That's just something I've noticed. Johnny, have you noticed that? Every Jewish person's like, I'm lactose intolerant, and then we're all having cheesecake.
Of course.
The fuck is that about? I don't know.
Mine was non-dairy.
Yours was non-dairy. That's what they told you. Oh, it was parv.
Yep.
There you go.
I mean, mine's parv.
It's only non-dairy when it comes to the kosher of it. But if we can get our hands on some cheese, we will. And then we'll tell you that we should not have had the cheese while we have a second slice. That's kind of my family. Like, I remember one time, like, my aunt bought us, like, a box of donuts, and we're all sitting together, and it's nice, you know, like, we're alive, we live near each other, whatever. So special. And I'm reaching for a donut, and my grandma's like, could you imagine having a whole one of those? You'd die. I was like, you think I'm going to have one bite of the donut and put it back? Like, who's splitting a donut, you know? And she's of the mindset where if you have a bunch of tiny little pieces, then you're not eating a whole piece. And I'm like, you've probably eaten 5 pieces in the amount of little finger dips that you've done. So that's another observation. So my grandfather, nobody asked, but my grandfather is no longer in the nursing home. Partially because my family complained so much, but mostly because they wanted to kick him out. Have you ever heard of this in your life? An adult, almost 90-year-old man getting kicked out of a nursing home like it's a frat. You know what I mean? Where they're like, dude, he just didn't make it. He didn't make the cut. Pro tip, if you guys are thinking of going into a nursing home soon or, you know, putting a loved one there, don't let them eat the nurse's food. Apparently that's a really big no-no. I had no idea. But let alone he's diabetic. Leave that to the side. He's somehow finding the nurse's fridge on a wheelchair. If I worked at a nursing home, my food would be shelf height. You know, I'm not going to put it wheelchair level height. I feel like at that point they were asking for him to eat it. I don't know. And this was the really, really interesting one. He would wheel into other patients' rooms at night, and he would lower their mechanical hospital beds. Is that not freaky? I'm sorry. That's really freaky. Like, if I'm 80 years old and I'm in a medical bed and somebody's lowering it, like, I'm just going to assume, like, I'm dying. You know, like, I'm just getting closer to the earth. Like, this is over. So I don't know. He just did that. How could I end that? How could I end this beautiful monologue about my life? I mean, people are walking out. It's getting really serious. No, I'm kidding. Oh, people are coming in. People are coming in. Hello. Good to see you. Good to see you. What kind of frappuccino is that? Caramel. Best kind. Now we're all, we're so... Okay, I'll end with a little Starbucks moment. So I was in a Starbucks drive-thru. Obviously, I was a passenger. Everybody knows I don't have my driver's license. Am I working on it? No. Do I say I am? Yes. And I know. I'm still learning how to cross the fucking street, if I'm being honest. I cannot jaywalk. I think jaywalking's a red flag. I think if I'm on a first date and you're going to try to jaywalk me to the restaurant that you didn't even make a reservation at, like, you're crazy. Because if I get hit by a car, now we're in a longer commitment than if you got me pregnant. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want you visiting me at the hospital. I want you paying my medical. You know what I mean? All for, what, the fucking Olive Garden? And we're going to split the check because you're a feminist? Like, what do you mean? Why do we need to get there early? There's nowhere to go. Anyways, I was in a Starbucks drive-thru with my friends. And you know how they have cameras now, so they can see you. They can hear you and see you. And I don't know why that was so notable to me. I was like, you can see me right now? And the guy's like, hey, sweetie, what do you want to get? Or like, what do you want to order from Starbucks? And I was like, he's coming in with the hard sweetie. So that like threw me off. You know when you're used to just like, hi, how are you? And they throw in an extra word and you're like, whoa. And I'm like, I'm going to get a grande iced caramel macchiato. And he's like, do you want that upside down? And I'm like, when's the flirting going to end? Like, what is going on? What do you mean do I want what upside down, sir? I really want to know. But he meant the drink. And I said, sure. And it was horrible. So I feel like that's probably not happening to you guys. But if that ever happens to you, don't get your drink upside down. It might seem obvious, but it's better right side up. But it's true. It's true. And it doesn't get any better than tonight. Give it up for yourselves one more time. Getting wacky on a Wednesday here in the City of Angels. I am so excited to see this guy perform. He showed up when I was in the bathroom. So I really need to see him do some comedy right now. Put your hands together for Chris Wheeler, everybody. Let's go. Beautiful, beautiful.
Bloody hell.
Yeah!
The applause always stops like before the stage.
Right.
Es un honor y un placer de estar aquí en la Escuela de Comedia en Santa Monica Boulevard. Soy aquí para practicar mi arte con Billy Ramirez. What he's saying, hello everybody, I'm back. Get the translation for this. He's saying you're here doing art here as the School of Comedy. I wanted to translate it for you. Cállate, gringo, escucha bien. Estamos aquí para practicar el arte. 10 minutos para $10. Es barato, por el amor de Dios. Escuche bien, después de su trabajo puedes ver todo in YouTube. Gracias. What the gentleman was saying, God, I'm not very good. My Spanish isn't too good. He's saying it's great to be here. It's a cheap place to come. It's $10 for 10 minutes, and you can be on YouTube later. That was my commercial for you guys. How do you like that? I was working on that. All right, very good. Actually, the Spanish was pretty good, right, Ramirez? It was pretty good. Yeah, I worked on the Spanish. I've been on a hiatus for a few weeks. Do you guys notice I wasn't around? Yeah, I've just been kind of sitting back. I'm doing a few shows, but I'm kind of trying to reload and that kind of thing. As you guys know, I'm half English, half American, right? Does everyone know that? Applaud if you like the English. Applaud if you hate the English. We got one. We got one. Always one. Applaud if you picked your nose in the last 24 hours. I got a couple of pickers, okay? Share the goods, okay. When I was a little boy, my mother, who's an interesting character, took me to a pub in the southwest of England. It's called the Bells of Ouseley. And she said to me quietly, young son, darling, we want to take you to where you were actually conceived, the Bells of Ouseley. I said, Mom, thank you very much. I'd like to know where I was conceived. So we go to the pub. It's an old kind of tavern. And I go, well, Mom, was I conceived behind the bar? No, darling, not behind the bar. On top of the bar? No, your father wasn't that acrobatic. Behind the bushes? Your father did not vote for President Bush. What about behind the curtains? No. I said, Mom, don't tell me. Yes, darling. The restroom. It was a cold and stormy night. The toilet lights were dim, and your dad fell in. That's my new bit. Did you guys like it? Make some noise. I'm trying so hard. Look, I am a cheap mother effer. When I go to Ralph's and they say I saved 15 cents, I'm almost jumping for joy. So it was time, Billy, to buy a new bed. Okay, I'll talk to Sassy Mama. You were there. That's why I went to you. So I went to look for a bed, and I'm looking for a good deal, but I'm looking for comfort, right? I'm looking for comfort. So I get there, and the guy goes to me, it's good to have you here, Mr. Wheeler. Would you like to try the bed? So I lay in all the beds, and I go, bed number 4. That's perfect. I like bed number 4. And he goes, well, let me tell you, you like a deal. Today, we can give you this mattress for $525 out the door, and we'll deliver it to you. And I said, fantastic, it's a deal. I'd already bought the bed. I was just interested in trying the different mattresses. So a few days later, there's a knock on my door, and the mattress arrives. And he says, we'll take out your old mattress. We'll ship out everything. We'll take out the bed. We'll set everything up. I said, how long are you going to take? About an hour? No, we can do it in 3 minutes. So I was like, fantastic. So I got there. He puts the mattress down. My first night, I start scratching everywhere. Just scratching. I wake up in the morning and I've got welts on my legs. I said, what the hell's going on, Sassy Mama? What's going on here? What's happening? Now, I have to be honest with you. I have 2 allergies. Do you want to know what my allergies are?
Sure.
I'm allergic to nuts. And this one I don't want to say, but it's true. I'm allergic to sperm. Can I get some noise on that? So I didn't know what it was. I thought maybe it's nuts on the bed or something because it didn't have a cover on it. When you buy it on the floor, they don't bring a plastic cover. It's just what's been on there. And I didn't realize thousands of people have been lying on this bed. They tried the bed out. So I said, Jesus Christ, I don't know if it's the nuts or the sperm. So I jacked off on my left leg, and it was the same welts. I said, it's the sperm. I called the store, and I said, hey, can I get another bed? Can we have another mattress? He said, yeah, we'll bring you another mattress. This one will be brand new. It's going to cost you an additional $125. Last night, so they brought the mattress. It's been unbelievably good. I'm sleeping like a log. I don't have any problems. It's a great place. But last night, I did a mic, and the mattress store was 2 doors from the mic. So I was like, I can't believe it. It's next door to the mic. So that's the joke for the today. How do you like that, guys? All right, that's my mattress. I'm sleeping comfortably now. I am going to do American menu today. I've changed the American menu. I'm working on my American voice. Is that okay? I did the Spanish, so I'm going to do American. Is that okay with you guys? If you like the food, you're going to clap and applaud. If you don't like the food, you're going to scream, that sucks. You guys ready? Here we go.
Hey, I think the first one's going to be hot dogs with French fries.
Burger King, double Whopper, double pickles, hold the mayonnaise, wash your hands. We're making a few changes around here. Wiener Schnitzel, chili cheese dog with a small Coke and fries. You're a difficult group to feed. Fat burger, triple king burger, extra cheese, easy on the onions, and fat fries.
Hell no.
And the finale, Arby's classic roast beef and cheddar with horsey sauce. Yeah, guys, no one's here. Easy to feed. I bring the British menu. You hate it. So I'm glad you like this. You didn't like my spotted dick last time. That's true. As you probably know, I took a DNA test. Do you guys know what happened? 97% white, straight Caucasian. Most boring category. Who wants to be that these days, right?
Jesus is coming back.
But, however, moreover, I'm 2% Mexican. Can I get some noise? That's why tonight I did a little bit of Mexican voices, because I'll do a Mexican voice and go to a Mexican restaurant and people won't believe I can do it. So I'm going to tell you what happened. I went to a place called Mexican Market. It's on Hawthorne Boulevard. I arrive in there. I'm the only gringo in there. I'm lined up with all the Mexicans. The guy who's doing it, the lady who was doing it at the cashier, she would say, ¿Qué onda, qué pasa? ¿Qué onda, qué pasa? ¿Qué onda, qué pasa? It means, how are you, right? What's happening? ¿Qué onda, qué pasa? ¿Qué onda, qué pasa? ¿Qué onda, qué pasa? Then they get to me, the gringo, and she goes, hey, did you find everything you're looking for? I go, No entiendo inglés. Por amor de Dios. Soy mexicano secreto. No soy gringo. ¿Qué está pasando? In English, what I said was, I'm not gringo. I'm a secret Mexican. I don't speak any English. The whole store was in complete silence. They didn't know what to think. I'm just kidding. And they all laughed. That's my Mexican joke. How much time do I have?
I don't know. Exactly 2 minutes.
I have exactly 2 minutes. Okay, we'll do one word can change everything, right? One word, one action. If I go outside here and there's a cop car, I throw a rock at the window of the cop car. The guy comes out, he arrests me, puts me into jail with an inmate who fancies me, has sex with me, and I leave gay. One word can change absolutely everything, right? For example, if I go to Home Depot, right? And I go in there, and I've had some curry the night before, probably a gallon of curry. I go in there, and things are moving really, really fast. They've got one-ply toilet paper. And I come out there, and as the guy's waiting for me out there, I go, don't go in there. There's a bomb in there. They bring the bomb squad in. They arrest me. They take me to jail. And the bomb squad arrives at the place, and he goes, well, yeah, there is no bomb here, but you did leave a bomb in here. One word can change everything. You get on an airplane. I like to be a window seat. I think it's E22. E22. I sit there. My friend Jack walks in the plane unexpectedly. I go, hi, Jack. They arrest me. They arrest him. They deboard the plane. One word can change everything. Let's see what I've got more to do. You guys want some more? Are you sick of me already? You know, I'm romantically courting. I'm kind of replenishing. I'm replenishing on the romantic level. And I found out a couple things. Men and women are 99.9% the same in the DNA. You can look it up. Very, very close. But extremely different, right? It's very extremely different. The men are simple. They like a few things. Beer, puss, sports, and massage chair. They're happy. But the women, they need it much more complicated. You got to take the women out too. You can't take them to Taco Bell. You have to upgrade to Sizzler. You can't do the Best Western. You got to go to the Marriott. They want the door open. They want flowers. They want pleasantries. In order to get to the place where you have the puss, you have to do a little bit of work for them. So that's what I'm doing this week. It's been nice doing comedy here today. My name is Chris Wheeler. You can find me on Chris Wheeler Voice. I'm on the rusty side. I've been out for like 3 weeks, but I'll be back next week. Put it together for Sassy Mama. She's coming back up. It's good to be back here. And put it together for all the people working behind the scenes.
I love a window seat on a plane. That's all.
I'm window.
Oh, I was like, no, he said window. Oh, you guys thought I was asking you. That's hilarious. You know what I mean, Chris. I was talking to you. So the night is still young, and I am so excited to bring up this next act. You know him. You love him. Please put your hands together for the one, the only, Hunter One, everybody!
Keep it going for Sassy Mama! Keep it going for Baca and witness protection. No, we're good. I also have been out for a few weeks. It's good to see everybody. I started driving recently. Sam, I realized I finally got comfortable on the road because I realized everybody is not trying to hit me, right? Like life is not a video game. Just a piece of advice. It was a good weekend, right? You guys have a good weekend? You guys do some celebrating? It was like a weird weekend of like coincidences. Like Easter was like on Sunday. 420 for all the sinners, right? You guys know what the day before 420 and Easter was? 419. Y'all know what Bicycle Day is? Also, Chris, I feel like you are just like the sexual oppression of the British people expressed, right? Like I feel like if all British people like behaved like you, it would be a wonderful world with no colonialism. No, but so Bicycle Day is a lovely day. It happens every year, April 19th. It celebrates in 1943 when Albert Hofmann, a Swiss chemist, was sitting around being like, hey, remember all those drugs I made? Because I'm a chemist. I'm going to just take one because I'm a chemist in the 40s. Nothing happened. He hung out for like an hour. He's like, okay, I'm going to go home. So he got on his bicycle, rode home, and everything happened. 1943, Albert Hoffman had the first LSD trip on a bicycle. So every year, a bunch of weirdos would get together. Now, I tell you the story not to tell you the story. I only do it to point out Easter, 420, Bicycle Day, end of Passover, Earth Day on the 22nd, Garlic Day on the 19th, whatever your connection to a higher power. It was probably this last weekend. And the Pope died. That was, okay. I'm just going to say, if J.D. Vance is part of like a times-ending like prophecy, why can't I be? Like what? Like he took out the Pope? Anyway. No, it was weird. So I like went to Denver for like a bicycle day event, and like, yeah, of course I did. Because if you've never been to like a psychedelic party, all I can really explain it, it's like a regular party, but you're like, there's a place to lie down and you're allowed to cry. Right? Like other parties have like sick beats and a dude selling coke in the bathroom. This party had like sick beats and a sound bath. And that's honestly like the root of like why I love psychedelics, because like you really just should do them and can do them however you want, right? Like, I don't know, I feel like after a big party, people want to like keep it going, get the party going. I just want to go back to the hotel and get lost in a snack room. Right? Like there was this real nice guy I met. He took his drugs way too late, so he was very high and sweaty, and we just wanted to get our coats, right? But he just like kept inviting me to another party, and I was like, dude, why don't you understand? I just want to smoke weed and watch Pawn Stars. Like what? Right? Like, I just want to freak out about capitalism and how Pawn Stars is actually fake. Like, that is my idea of a good time, I guess. Thank you. I talked about that. Things come. Yeah. I don't know. Weird segue, but I'm trying to get closer to my parents. I think, like, as I grow older, like, I don't know, the world has gotten worse, but, like, interpersonally, I've gotten better. Right? Like, I haven't been to a protest in years, but I've never felt closer to my dad. Right? Because I think you just get tired. You just, like, stop caring. You see people as people. Things are complicated. There's no good. There's no bad. Right? Like, my mom is, like, a psychic school bus driver, and my dad is a Christian ski bum. Getting divorced was the right decision, you know? Like, I've grown. I've learned. And I don't know. I come from like a Hollywood family, which is interesting. And I don't mean anyone is like in the business. I mean, my mom was on Animal Planet and my dad was on Divorce Court. Like I don't know what I'm gonna be, but it's probably interesting. No, also my dad and his second wife, still married, went on Divorce Court. That's also fake, by the way. Yeah, it makes me really wonder about all those YouTube shorts about child support payments. I'm like, this shouldn't be entertainment. But it is. I don't know. I'm like, me and my dad, we've entered the phase where he like is sending me like memes of Theo Von talking about doing cocaine. And I don't know what that's about. Right? Like, is he trying to connect to me as a person who like also used to do cocaine? Like, Dad, that's weird. Even when I was doing it, I wasn't like super into it. Like, I like psychedelics because you have like revelatory experiences. You can have revelatory experiences on cocaine. You've just done too much cocaine, and most of the time the revelation is I should stop doing cocaine. Right? When you're like on cocaine, the only thing you want is more cocaine. I'll leave you on this. The way I describe cocaine is it's a really hot lady at a party who just will not leave you alone. Right? Like, it's really fun and sexy for like an hour, and then you just like want to go to the bathroom by yourself. Okay, that was a weird thing to end on. You guys are great. My name is Hunter White. Have an amazing night. Give it up for Sam. Give it up for everybody here. Peace out. We're working. It's a process.
Hunter White!
Love it. Hunter.
You hear... Okay. You heard it here first. Pawn Stars is fake. I didn't know. Johnny, did you know?
Yeah, of course I know about Pawn Stars.
But did you know it was fake?
Actually, I know who the owners are.
Right.
Rick Harrison. Rick Harrison.
What's Chumley? Is that his name?
Chumley's
I opened a door.
His son's best friend.
Yeah.
He's the one who got arrested.
Not surprised.
No, he seriously did.
We'll talk about this later in depth. Okay, what you said about I haven't been to a protest in years in my relationship when dad has not been better. It's like that needs to be an hour special. That's my life. That is my life. Like, I look back too, because it's never, okay, this is turning into therapy. It's never a one-way street, you know? Like, when you're yelling at somebody like, you're racist, and like they pay for everything for you, like it's probably not the time they want to hear that message. You know what I mean? Nothing changed. I remember one time I called my mom. My mom called me and was like, why aren't you at school? And I was like, I'm in Santa Monica and I'm protesting gun violence. And I'm like, girl, you're 15. Like, you're an unintended minor is what's going on. And I understand why she was frustrated, but look at all the difference I made in America with that protest. Hello. That was me. That was me. Okay, let's keep that momentum going for this next very fabulous comedian. He is here helping us, keeping us alive, and also keeping us laughing. Please put your hands together for Billy Ramirez, everybody.
So I got a new mattress, Hunter. See, it's a little weird, right? It's there's implication to that. It's just, anyways, but yeah, I know, I understand. So you get stoned and freak out about capitalism too, huh? That's why I haven't written much material lately. It's because I've been trying to find a full-time job, and like I would rather just do anything else than work, you know. And so, but still, it's like, do I focus on the thing that will provide me a salary and full-time benefits, or do I focus on the thing that has earned me an average of $3.50 a year? So anyways, that's, haven't written much. This one, I need the mic stand for this one because I'm basically kind of writing it as I go along, but I do appreciate LA School of Comedy, just getting out here and just working on stage anxieties and personal anxieties and whatnot. It's been a fun process and meeting new people, but also coupled that with a job search. I've been thinking a lot and been reminiscing about a period of my life that I have to admit I miss. And basically what I'm saying is that I think I miss my drinking problem. It's just the way the world is going now. It's just the weed and wine. I don't think is enough. I don't think it's enough. And it's just like, I wasn't like a full blown alcoholic. I still went to work, but it always felt like you had a friend. Juan, Jose, Jim, Johnny, or something. It's like not a friend that's gonna make you thrive or reach new heights, but more like the friend that's like, hey, do you want to go out and improve your life, or do you just want to watch football bloopers? Football bloopers. I mean, it's football bloopers. I got to watch some football bloopers. But anyways, and also, I think I felt more interesting when I was drinking, because when you're a problem drinker, you also get to hang out with other problem drinkers, and you get to go on adventures, and then. Not only do you get to go on adventures, but then the next morning you have to solve these adventures, which are really, really fun. And then so then you have to piece together what you did that, oh man, just wake up all groggy. It's like you got to find, oh, there are my glasses and oh, there's my phone. And also, why do I have a voicemail from Sunnyvale Police saying that they have my wallet? That's... And then I got to figure out why I did that. And it turns out because I had, one too many beers. And speaking of drive-through, this is a true story. I got served a Diet Coke and I threw it out. I opened my buddy's car door and threw it out, and my wallet fell out. So, yeah. But I don't get into those kind of adventures anymore. And also, I guess career-wise, it did affect my work because I really didn't progress that highly, but usually it didn't bleed into work, except whenever I whenever I had too many SoCos and Cokes, and then decided that I was going to be a stuntman or something like that. And I scraped myself, all over the place. And I show up Monday morning and people are like, oh, what happened to you? And then that gives me a chance for some creative work and then to work on my work persona and say something like, oh, the reason I'm scraped up is because, I just took up bicycling. I went out on the weekend and, I hit a rut and I fell. And that's what happened. It definitely wasn't because I had too many SoCos and Cokes and decided to try a front flip over a metal railing in a parking lot. But for the record, I nailed the front part, the flip part, not so much. But there's something there. Whatever. So I'm glad that you haven't been here because, like I said, I haven't written much. And those two have heard all this stuff already so much. So anyways, we'll see. It's going to be fresh for you. So I've been watching a show called The Studio recently. Has anyone watched that? Yeah, that's a good show. So, and a quick aside, I'm not sure if billboards work on me because I walked past a billboard for The Studio for weeks on end on the way home from open mic. Not once did I consider watching the show. And then one night, Aaron was like, oh, you should check out The Studio. And then I was fully caught up. So, but actually that's not true. I think advertisements do work on me. And I'm concerned that one that I saw a few weeks ago might have already changed or potentially ended my life. It was on the back of a bus, and all it said was, 1 line, 1 pill, fentanyl kills. And as soon as I read that, I threw up the devil horns, because it sounded so freaking awesome. I thought it was like, is that a band called Fentanyl promoting their new single, 1 line, 1 pill? As soon as I saw it, an AC/DC song started playing in my head, like 1 line, 1 pill, fentanyl kills, And, so I'm concerned that... It's already affected me because all right, if it just sounds so awesome now. If you suddenly don't hear from me, it was because of that. It's because 1 line, 1 pill, fentanyl, whatever. But whoever came up with that ad might have a situation on their hands. Just like one more. Oh man, we lost another one. Oh Jesus! I'm sorry. I try to make it sound educational, but it came out sounding freaking awesome. All right. Let's see. I wrote a bunch of other material, like old stuff. I don't know, whatever. Plastic surgery. That's not a joke. That's more of a thought that plastic surgery doesn't work because you can tell when it doesn't work, right? But they never fix it. It's Thomas Muffins. Oh man, I must have been high when I wrote this one. Because so the tagline is, I forgot the tagline already. Oh, no, it's wake up to what's possible, Thomas Muffins. All right. And I remember it's like, what's not possible with Thomas Muffins? Not leaving your counter like it looks like 1980s Miami, the dusty sons of, whatever. Hunter, how do you feel about the movie Paul Blart?
Never watched it. Chose to not watch it.
All right. So that's huge points off now. Yeah. I don't understand the hatred for Paul. Why don't you want to watch it?
I don't not want to watch it. I was just like, oh, it doesn't look great.
Okay, there you go. It doesn't look great. Okay, that's my issue, right? Because so I use Paul Blart as like a litmus test of whether or not I'm going to like someone. Because as far as I understand, Paul Blart has never been a remake of some post-war Italian film like Paolo Blarte, International Man of Commerce Mystery or something like that, right? As far as I know, it's always been Kevin James plays a mall security guard who rides a Segway. So knowing all of that, Hunter, where do expectations come in?
I don't love King of Queens, so I left a bad taste in my mouth.
Oh, well, he's not King of Queens. He's Paul Blart. And he's a very highly trained individual. Yeah. No, that's exactly. So if you hate King of Queens, the Paul Blart will just erase those memories. And yeah. What are you doing over there? You watching wrestling?
Sure.
That's all right. I forgot I've been doing the same 3 jokes for the last 3 weeks, and I forgot them. What was that? Oh yeah, right. So I was talking to my brother recently, and the conversation jogged the memory of the time my family and I got violently sick off of Neapolitan ice cream from Grocery Outlet. And this was early 90s, over 30 years ago. And once my dad and I felt well enough, we went back to the Grocery Outlet to return the remaining evidence, I guess. And I don't remember the exact conversation my dad and the manager had. But I do remember the manager reaching his hand out and grabbing the remaining ice cream from my dad and saying, I'm going to take this back to the lab. And this conversation with my brother reminded us that it's been over 30 years and we never heard back from Grocery Outlet. And also, I'm pretty sure that Grocery Outlet, the bargain grocery store, doesn't have a lab. Like, what's going on with that? The manager just invented a lab to get out of a sticky situation, pun intended. But I don't want to disparage Grocery Outlet. They're a fine establishment. This is the only issue I've ever had with them. But they're Grocery Outlet, the bargain outlet store. They have room to be shady. The manager could just look my dad dead in the face and said, oh, you got sick? It happens. Or they could work into their advertisement like, oh, you pooped your pants? And Grocery Outlet, or go as far as like, but did you die? Grocery Outlet. Come for the bargains, stay for the diarrhea. I don't know. I think I only have like a minute left, so I'll end it there. So once again, I want to remind everyone about the LA School of Comedy double feature. So it's Dustin Chafin from 1 to 3 p.m. and then Film Actors Cafe, run by Aaron McIntyre from 4 to 6 p.m. That's May 4th. Each class is $350 or both classes for $500. So that's all I have to say for now. Back to the Samantha!
Keep it going for Billy, everybody. When Grocery Outlet starts selling fentanyl, you're going to be set with that set. You know what I mean? It's just going to be like... When I found out people did fentanyl on purpose, I was so confused. I don't know. That's fucked up. I can say that. I've been to meetings lately. But do you know what I mean? When people are like, oh, what's your drug of choice? And they're like, fentanyl. I'm like, oh, my God. Out of all of them, must be good. That's so bad. That's so bad. It's sad. There's an epidemic out there. It's not the way. That's not the transition to bring up another comedian. Let me cleanse the room. Let me sage it out. How can I sage that? Oh, God. Okay. This is an AA joke, but not really. So it's really hard to tell sometimes in AA if someone's trying to help you get sober or they're trying to have sex with you. And believe it or not, those are not one and the same. Like this guy was like, let me give you a ride home. I was like, okay. And I opened the car door and he's like, are you on Tinder? And I was like, dude, this is a free ride home. I'm not going to I've done improv. Like I easily could have been like, oh my God, the IRS is calling me. I can't get in your vehicle, sir. But when a man is shorter than me, I feel safe. So I went in the car. And I was like, yeah, I'm on Tinder. And he was like, well, I think we matched. And I didn't want to be like, listen, I have thousands of matches. Like, I don't know. Stop. I was like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if we matched. Like, you look like everybody else. Then I find out he's a traveling vape salesman. And I'm like, is this a show? Like, is this like a what would you do? Or it's like, should I? I got his number, of course. He didn't offer me a free vape. That's the craziest part. If he had offered me a free vape, I would have been like, let's go out to dinner. But all I knew was like, oh, okay, well, maybe I'll be like in the loop for like the new vape drops. And not like drops, like a new vape. Yeah. But I just ghosted him. Like, that's what I do, whatever. And he texted me because I met him at a meeting and he was like, did you relapse? And I was like, no, I just don't like you. Like, what the fuck? Like, isn't that messed up? And he's like, are you dead? And I'm like, no, I'm a ghost, but I'm not dead. So that's just a little story about me. I love this place, and this place could not be here right now without the lovely talent of the fabulous Aaron McIntyre, everybody. Put your hands together.
Yes, I was actually told to wear this because it makes my eyes pop.
True.
Did you not think that was funny? See? Don't they? They pop, right? My mother used to do that at the breakfast table. She'd sit there and go, space out. It would scare the shit out of me. And I go, Mom, don't do that! Yeah, Hunter, you were talking about Pawn Stars, right? Yeah. Pawn Stars, Chumley, Mr. WWF over there. Are you still watching WWF, or are you watching me on the live stream?
I'm minding my P's and Q's.
He's minding his P's and Q's, ladies and gentlemen. But Chumley, comes from Tennessee Tuxedo. Do you know that? Anybody remember Tennessee Tuxedo? Fucking not one person in here is old enough. See, I was born in the mid-19th century. All right? Yeah. Been around for a while. So I won't do the Tennessee Tuxedo because it was actually Don Adams. I don't know if you remember Get Smart, but he was the guy who was in that as well. But I won't do that now because you fucking ruined my goddamn joke because nobody knows who he is. Also, Billy, you were saying that you miss your alcoholic. Yeah, I do too. It was, but my things were not, how did my phone get here or that? It was like, how did I get in this dumpster? I don't remember that. With my bicycle. What is my bicycle doing in here? And then also the guy, Sam, right, that took you home, right? And you were saying, I was in improv. I could have just, made something up or blah, blah, blah. Yep, you could have just said yes and, Yes and, could you get the fuck out of my face? Yeah. Could you never? Yeah, yes and. Yes, can I have your number? Yes and, you can never call it. I usually, lately I've been talking about the Bible. I'm not going to do that tonight because my interests have switched to the Quran. So we're going to talk about the Quran tonight because I started reading that. And I'm a little confused about the 72 virgins. Because, they say that if you're a martyr for Islam, then, you get 72 virgins. There's a lot of controversy because people are saying, no, it's not actual virgins. It's like a spiritual, it's supposed to be blah, blah, blah. I would prefer the virgins myself. It's a little bit more incentive than peace and harmony because I've never experienced that. Okay, I just came up with it. Let's see here. I've been wondering about a lot of things, but one of them is my mental health because, we all have them, right, Chris? Yeah. See how I singled you out? See how I singled you out there? Yeah. Oh, Chris, tell me, what is your mental malady? Lack of comedy. No, you don't have that, man. You're fucking great. Are you kidding? Everybody tonight has been fucking great. Put it together for them, if not me. So, yep. Yeah, mental illness. I think it's just really important that we all band together, all of us mentally ill people. Because, there's more of us than there are of them. And I think that's pretty clear, Now, a lot of those people won't work with us because they were at January 6th. But those insane people can stay where they are. The whole right Christian thing, it is kind of frightening, I mean, it's crazy that they're using such a wonderful book. Such a wonderful, the message of the Bible is such a beautiful thing. It's like, I love you. You're my best friend. I love you. You're blessed, and God blesses you, and turn the other cheek, and all of that stuff. And then right after that, it's like, no, that's what God gave you the back of your hand for. Whack! No love for you. Just chaps my ass. Oh, there's such a lull in the room. I love it. It just feels like a warm blanket. It's a good feeling. You were talking about things that you've seen on the way over. I've decided to just relax a little. Thank you, because this is a safe space. I feel safe here. All hope you do as well. But I was coming over today, and there's a big building where it says it's like a hotel / hospital / playground for dogs. And it's canines only, so they don't take cats. And I was wondering, it's canines. What is that a designation for, right? I mean, it sounds like a planetary thing. They're from another planet, and we're canines. But then I realized, no, it's canines. but why would you have to why don't you just spell it out? Why does it say on the cop car K9 unit? Because it sounds more military. That's why, because it sounds more badass, right? I'm a K9, not a canine. Canine just sounds like you're a fucking loser, but K9. And why don't cats have that same designation, right? What would they be? F9s. Doesn't work. See? You can't figure it out. The felines, there's no number that is line. Which is disturbing because I think that the cats need something. So let's work on that together because this is not really a bit at all. I just fucking thought of it on the way here. So let's work on it. See if we can find a good name, a good designation for the felines. What do you say? Come on, put your hands together. At least another time. Thank you. I think the felines. Yeah, man, it doesn't work the same. What was the other thing? Oh, you were talking, huh? F lane. You're in the F lane, motherfucker. I did see a bunch of BMWs and a bunch of Mercedes and a bunch of Teslas. And, there was a smattering on the way over here of Toyotas, a few Prius. Do you ever drive down the street and when you see somebody driving and they're driving really bad, they're doing something, right? Either they're switching lanes without putting their blinker on, which is one of the things that really pisses me off, or they're cutting somebody off, or they're just driving real fast, and I love when I see one car go zooming by and then all of a sudden I see another car go zooming by because I know that it's either two friends who are fucking racing or it's one guy chasing the other fucker because he cut him off, right? But when I get behind a car like that, I want to drive around and I want to see what that person looks like. Does anybody else do that? It's like, oh, I gotta see what this asshole looks like, right? So you pull around and it's like, yep, little old lady, yep, there she is, yep. Oh yeah, Hispanic guy going to work. I gotcha. He's worked three shifts. He's exhausted, so he's weaving all over the road, not because he's drunk, but because he's really fucking tired. And then you pull up behind like a BMW, which the BMWs are the worst. Does anybody own a BMW in here?
I used to.
Well, I'm glad you got rid of it, man, because you're talking about Paul Blart. It's BMWs for me. If you own a BMW, they took out the blinkers in the BMWs because nobody was using them. So, it was like it was waste. It was just kept getting in the way when they were reaching for their latte. Fucking assholes. And then you see the Prius driver and you know that you're basically going to come up and pull around and it's going to be some exhausted guy who's an Uber driver, oh, fuck, I got to go pick another person up. Or it's going to be like some family, oh, let's go. We're going to San Diego, kids. And, Toyotas and Fords and all of those guys, you can't really tell. But I drive a Volvo. So, yeah. And a Volvo, you can pretty much pull up and know that it's going to be some fucking old white guy. It's not going to be anybody else, any, Hispanic or people of color who own Volvos. I don't think so. You don't see them a lot. Mercedes, that's another thing, because Mercedes drivers, they drive around like nobody exists except them, Anyway, that was so much fun. You guys have been a lovely audience, and I love you all extremely a lot because you make my day happy. Yes, so we have acting classes here, 7 p.m., Tuesday nights. Drop in anytime. We're here. I'm here anyway. We never know if anybody else will be. But show up, and we'll work on some scripts. Also, we got something coming up at the Delphi, a Greek restaurant up the street called Karaoke Confidential. And it's going to be a show that we're putting together where we're going to go around to different cities and go to different karaoke bars and interview people and have a lot of fun. And it's going to be kind of like Pawn Stars. But better. Yeah, a whole lot better. I think that's it, right, Club? Yeah, come up, come in the 4th of May, and let's bring up Sam to close out the show. What do you say? Oh, we got one more. We got our headliner. Here he comes, Sam.
You've been going for Aaron. I just thought of this right now. Some people drive a Volvo. I drive a Volvo. Oh! That's good, right? That's great. That is so awesome. I'm so excited to bring up tonight's headliner. I haven't seen him in far too long, and he makes me laugh. I don't want to say the most, because that's rude. But please put your hands together for the man that holds this place down, Johnny B, everybody.
So much caffeine today. I feel good. What up, yo?
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. My bad. What? God damn these things. Stay on. All right. My name is Johnny. You know, I have something funny I like to bring up. So at 16 years old, me and my parents went to Las Vegas during 4th of July weekend. So me and my parents decided to stay at the Mirage Hotel in Las Vegas, and so my dad was like, "Here's, son, for you, $100." I was like, "Okay, shit. I'm not gonna gamble, but I'm gonna go play the arcades." So I went to go play the arcades, and I had about $95 cash and about $5 in quarters. I'm gonna get some change. Anyways, I'm playing Mortal Kombat Ultimate. And a big, the arcade's like this big, like from this end to that end with two controls on, one controller here, one controller there. Anyways, moving forward, nobody was playing except me. I'm playing expert level. I'm dead serious. This is the serious shit. At 10 a.m. in the morning, I'm playing at expert mode, and I kept going. 6 hours later, I'm still playing. Off of 1 quarter. Everybody's looking at me and you're like, dude, don't you want to take a break? I'm like, dude, leave me the fuck alone, man. Who the fuck are you to tell me to go take a break? What are you, my fucking coworker or something? Asshole. Excuse my language. I'm still playing off of 1 character. And I kept going till about 7 o'clock at night. Off of 1 quarter. And the owner's like, do you know what time it is? I'm like, bro, you don't tell me what time it is, all right? You're not my fucking father, all right? Shut your ass up. I'm on vacation, all right? Asshole. Anyways, the next day, now it's 4th of July weekend. So I'm like, should I do that again, maybe? I'm like, yeah, let's go back to the arcade. This time with a different character. Same game, different character. The first time I was there for the 3rd of July I had a character by the name of Sub-Zero, the mask Sub-Zero. This time it was Scorpion. One kid wanted to challenge me, and he sees me doing a fatality. Takes off his mask and blows fire on the opponent. And then the whole entire crowd was like looking like, holy shit. Did he just blow fire on that fool? I'm like this. You didn't see the movie, hadn't you? When he tried to blow fire on Johnny Cage, all right? Jerk off. Anyways, and I'm playing this time for 3 hours and I'm unlimited. I'm still playing off of that 1 quarter. God damn it. That was my fault. I've been taking my spinach every day. Anyways, I'm still playing off of 1 quarter, and then I'm like, yeah, I'm still playing. You got a problem? And it's already hot outside, and I'm like, in 3 hours, I come back to my hotel. My mom sees me, she's like, son, you want to eat? It's like, yeah, let's go eat. So we went to go to the buffet table at the Mirage. And then at about 4 in the afternoon, I'm eating, and then like my mom's like, what are you gonna do next? I'm like, I'm gonna go back to the arcade. I run back to the arcade. This time, these two kids were playing. They're like, I told one of the kids, I'm like, I got the winner of this game. He's like, okay, you're on. So this kid won. The guy on the left won, and then it was my turn. So I put my quarter in. This time, the kid goes, who do you pick? He's like, I got a little surprise for you. It's like, you do? It's like, sure. I did a secret code where I got a secret character. And then the guy's like, oh, I'm in trouble. I'm like, yeah, you're gonna be in trouble when I kick your ass in 2 rounds, you little twerp. So I kicked his ass in 2 rounds, and then I kept going afterwards. And I'm still playing expert mode. And the kid goes, where did you learn how to play Mortal Kombat Trilogy Ultimate that good? I'm like, I didn't learn how to play Street Fighter, you asshole. I didn't learn how to play Street Fighter. I did not learn how to play all those other whack-ass games. Mortal Kombat was my favorite, and I love Mortal Kombat. Despite two good movies, Mortal Kombat, the original Mortal Kombat, and then Mortal Kombat, what was it, Annihilation, the second movie? You guys remember that movie, right? Mortal Kombat Annihilation?
No.
Never mind. You guys were never around to watch those 2 movies, because I love that movie. Two of my favorites. You guys should watch it. Anyways, the last day of July, on 5th of July, and my mom, I told my mom and dad, like, what time you guys want to leave? So we come back to LA, so they decided to say 6 o'clock in the evening. So we was planned to leave at 6 o'clock in the evening, and like, it's already, 11 in the morning. We eat breakfast, and then like, my mom's like, you gonna go back to the arcades again? I'm like, fuck yes, I am. And this time, these same 2 hooligans who were playing against each other, I go back there and I see them 2 still duking it out. And I'm like, I told the guys, like, hey, I got next again. Like, uh-oh, this guy's gonna challenge us again? I'm like, dude, we're dead meat. Anyways, this time, I play, and it was my turn to play, and this kid's like, I'm in for a big surprise. I'm like, you gonna do that secret character again? I'm like, nah, that was too easy on you guys. I'm gonna try something a little different. He goes, oh, who's your favorite? Who's your character now? So, in line of the character, and I play a character with the guy with the green mask, Reptile. Reptile happens to has some crazy kick-ass moves. A ninja. He's a masked ninja. Anyways, I play the masked ninja this time with Reptile, and then like everybody's looking at me with this dude, and they're like, uh-oh, here we go again. He's gonna do that same thing again. And I'm like this. It's like, wait till I beat the boss. And I showed them how I beat the boss, and they're like, dude, this guy's really that good. I racked up in 3 days in a row over 300 wins total. And then like with 3 quarters, I only played 3 quarters. And then the manager of the arcade's like, where, like, dude, you're not even tired, haven't you? I'm like this. I came in here with a can of Rockstar, you dipshit. That's the reason why I'm awake. Anyways, I'm gonna wrap this up by saying I love you guys. LA School of Comedy, right here in my hometown of Westwood, California. And by the way, I have to mention one thing before I get off the stage. Sunda, if you're listening, Mark, I love you guys. Happy end of Passover. I missed you guys. I know I wasn't here for the last few days because of not only work, because of Passover. I miss you guys very much. I have fun in New York. And hey, Mark, if you're listening, bring me a matzo ball soup with some challah bread, some no gefilte fish, all right? I'm going to give you a bagel, all right, when I get off the stage. Hold the cream cheese. All right. To end it tonight, I love you guys. And the LA School of Comedy, where the motto is, if you love it, you got it. The laughter is always good. Love you guys. Ace.
Okay, guys, what a beautiful night. Yeah. Don't get me started on cannolis. I had a horrific experience at Italy, but that'll be for next time. I love you all. Of course. I hate that place. F off Italy. Come to LA School of Comedy. What'd you say? If you love it, you got it? I love that. If you love it, you got it. Page to the stage. Soon to Mark. We love you. Aviva Tova. I love you. Love everybody. Love, love, love. Good night. Good night. Instagram. What up, Instagram? TikTok will be coming back soon when we get our shit together, right? I mean, TikTok.